guys, welcome back to my channel. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Gianna and I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel before you leave. Okay guys, before we get into this video, I just want to say my insomnia has been driving me crazy for the last couple nights and this night included. So I am filming this like at 11 o'clock right now. So I really hope that the lighting is okay for you guys. As I get closer to the end of my pregnancy. Right now, as we're filming this, I am 38 weeks and 4 days pregnant. So I'm getting closer and closer to my due date, and I honestly can't wait. But I also am embracing what little time I have with my bum. But as I draw closer to the finish line, I just wanted to reflect on how this pregnancy has been so far and how I can compare it to my first one. So if you have been watching me for quite some time, then you'd know that I have been experiencing more pregnancy symptoms this time around than the first time I was pregnant. And I think that's just something I want to talk about in this video, is really what were the main differences between my second pregnancy and my first pregnancy. First main difference for sure between my first and second pregnancy is that my lifestyle back then was different, and the fact that it was my first pregnancy and that it was younger. And thinking about that and maybe why I'm having all of these symptoms this time around is probably mostly my lifestyle. When I was pregnant with Noah, clearly I was younger, even though it was only a 3-year difference, but 3 years does make a difference in age. And also I was in college still and working a part-time job as a server. So pretty much I was constantly on the go, always on my feet, and going to class at least 3 times a week and staying there all day because I was a commuter student. So I did not live on campus. I had to travel at least 30 to 35 minutes just to get to school. And if you're from Central Florida, if you're from the Orlando area, then you know how crazy traffic it can be to get on from the I-4 to the 408. So me living 30 minutes away, I made sure that once I was on campus, I was there for at least pretty much the whole day to make sure that I didn't waste any gas and that I didn't need to come home for any particular reason. I brought my lunch with me and I was literally on campus all day. Clearly that's, I think, a significant difference probably as to why I only experienced in my first pregnancy the leg cramps. Those were the worst things that I felt throughout my pregnancy, and that wasn't even an everyday thing. That was on occasions where I obviously wasn't drinking enough water and my muscles were dehydrated, and my legs would cramp up in the middle of the night. But I had no other symptoms besides that, and I didn't even have any morning sickness in the first trimester of my pregnancy, the first time I was pregnant. So I had to say the first time around, I had it pretty easy. Now with my second pregnancy is where I was totally mind blown how different it really has been compared to the first time. And you hear all the time, like, every pregnancy is different no matter what, between your own pregnancies, between someone else's pregnancy, like it's gonna be different every single time. And I think, I don't know why I thought it was gonna be the same thing this time around, because clearly it has not been. Now, don't get me wrong, pregnancy is such a beautiful, beautiful journey, and I'm lucky enough to be pregnant and to be able to do it naturally. But at the same time, it's like, when will this be over? And I just can't wait to meet our son. But it has been difficult for me this time. I honestly just can't wait for this to be over. And like I said, if you have been watching me for a while now, then you know I have been experiencing symptoms that I never thought I would, that I never thought were a thing. So here's a list of all of my symptoms that I have experienced in my second pregnancy. So in my first trimester, I had a loss of appetite. I felt nauseous at times, and I just could not Like I could eat, I never threw up, but I could eat but not feel like I needed to. It was just kind of like I was forcing myself. I would only nibble on a couple things, drink water, but never fully have a craving for food or an appetite for food. I didn't have an appetite for food whatsoever. But once I finally got into my second trimester, then that went away. And then I developed a food aversion to brown rice. And till this day, I don't really like brown rice. And I clearly can say it's probably because of my pregnancy, but I have not eaten brown rice since the beginning of my second trimester because I just could not hold it down. It just wasn't something that I really wanted to eat, so I have been avoiding it and I have not eaten it since. Now, the next couple of symptoms, they're not going to be in order or anything. It's just all of these things happened to me throughout my pregnancy. But the one symptom that I was really concerned about at first was the round ligament pain. And that was something that I brought up to my doctor because it's like, I don't know what this is. Like, it's a sharp pain right underneath my abdomen, and it's every time I like try to get up or sit down or roll over in bed or cough. Coughing would be the worst because you don't know when you're gonna cough, right? And like when you just cough, I would get this sharp sensation in the lower part of my abdomen. But apparently that's normal. It's because since you have this growing uterus, your uterus is pulling and stretching that ligament that wraps around or something like that. And then it's also like pinching a nerve and it's expanding and moving all your organs around, and it's gonna pinch some nerves, move some nerves around, and that's exactly what was happening to me, is that round ligament pain that I was feeling. And it honestly, that I could say was probably the worst, if not the worst things that I still feel to this day, is definitely the round ligament pain. Moving on to my other symptoms, I have experienced shortness of breath, varicose veins, my legs have felt heavy and achy at one point, and then just like the overall, like I'm tired, I feel so fatigued, like it just comes out of nowhere. Like I'll be busy doing things in the morning and then I'll just feel really tired like mid-afternoon, and I don't know, I'm ready to be done and I can't wait to meet our son. But anyways guys, this video I just wanted to really reflect on how my pregnancy has been and just kind of compare it to the first time I was pregnant, because it's really a blessing that I'm able to do this the second time. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!